Okay, so this problem says, let f of x equal the square root of 3x squared plus 2x plus 8, and we're looking for the derivative. So first of all, I would notice that we have a square root that goes over the entire function. So we have an outside function that's the square root, and an inside function that's everything that's under the square root. So to do a derivative with a square root, I would first use the rule of rewriting the function as f of x is equal to, we can use that the square root of x is equal to x to the power of 1/2. So we're going to write the 3x squared plus 2x plus 8 and write that all to the power of 1/2. Because now that we've written it to the power of 1/2, to take the derivative, we can use the power rule for the outside function, the something to the 1/2. So to take the derivative, we'll use the power rule for the outside function. That is the derivative of x to the n is equal to nx to the n minus 1. So we bring the 1/2 down to the front, make that 1/2. We leave the inside function the same, according to the chain rule, plus 2x plus 8. We subtract 1 from the exponent, and 1/2 minus 1 is the same thing as 1/2 minus 2 over 2. So we get 1 minus 2 is -1. So it's -1/2 is our exponent. And then we need to multiply by the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of the inside, we're going to be using the power rule again to take the derivative. So 3x squared will go to 6x to the power of 1. And then the derivative of 2x will go to 2. And the derivative of 8 will go to a 0 because it's a constant. And the derivative of every constant is 0. So this will be the end of the derivative of the inside. So from here, we can just simplify because usually you don't want to leave a negative exponent. So let's move the negative exponent to the denominator with the 2, and the 6x plus 2 will be left on the top. So we'll have 6x plus 2 over 2 times 3x squared plus 2x plus 8 to the power of positive 1/2, because there's a rule that says that if we have x to the power of negative a, that's equal to 1 over x to the positive a. So if you move it to the other side of the fraction, it changes the sign of the exponent. So now what we can do is we can use our rule of fractional exponent of 1/2. We can change that back into a square root and make this 6x plus 2 all over 2 on the square root of 3x squared plus 2x plus 8. But then we have a factor of 2 on the outside, so let's factor out a 2 from the numerator as well. To make that, if we pull out a 2, we'll be left with the first term would be 3x, and the second term we would have a 1 divided by the 2 square root of 3x squared plus 2x plus 8. And the 2's will cancel to leave us with the derivative would be 3x plus 1 over the square root of 3x squared plus 2x plus 8. So that would be our derivative. And then to find f prime of 3, we would need to plug in 3 for every x in the derivative. So we'll just write a little line here. And let's plug it in. We get 3 times 3 plus 1 over the square root of 3 times 3 squared plus 2 times 3 plus 8. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10 over the square root of 3 times 3 squared would be 27. Then 27 plus 6 plus 8 is 41. So we'd have 10 over the square root of 41. But generally, you don't want to leave a square root in the denominator. So let's multiply top and bottom by the square root of 41. And that would leave us with 10 root 41 on top over square root of 41 times square root of 41 would be square root of 41 squared, which the square root would cancel out with the square and just leave us with 41 on the bottom. So that would be our f prime of 3, or if we find what that is in a decimal, it would just be 10 times the square root of 41 divided by 41, which is approximately equal to 1.56. So depends on if you want to leave it in an exact answer or round it to a decimal. Okay, so I think that finishes this problem. So I hope this was helpful for you. And if it was, please subscribe to my channel and share with others who you think might benefit from these homework help problems.